Chicago and urban violence. In recent years, the two have become synonymous in the eyes of the residents who experience the mayhem and also those who view the city from outside the Chicagoland confines. In 2010, the Illinois Community Violence Prevention Program was created to prevent violence with a multifaceted approach. CVPP is a collaborative effort of public and private agencies that provide pro-social opportunities to youth and parents in underserved communities, all with the goal of creating pathways to a brighter future through violence prevention.
And what I love about CVPP is the fact that we're not servicing the same people every year. There is that dynamic where only 15% can be duplicate. So it's not like you have a program that's being funded to maintain the same people. You have to go find new ones.
CVPP's impact is far-reaching, stretching across the Chicagoland area to include 23 communities and some 300 public and private agencies to build safer, healthier, and more resilient children, families, and communities.
Children's Home and Aid is in partnership with the greater Inglewood community, and we have the excitement and privilege to partner to address the issues and problems of violence in a very positive and skill building and future building way.
We've partnered with ILAACP for the past 4 years. They have been a tremendous supporter of the CVPP work done in Inglewood, in addition to the other communities across the city.
CVPP focuses on 3 critical areas: youth employment, parenting skills, and reentry services for young people impacted by the criminal justice system.
They help me get through a lot of stuff. They give me more knowledge into the real world because I'm 17. I don't know what's really out there. So from them, it's I get a deeper look into what it's really gonna be growing more mature.
The build has helped me a lot, actually. Now that I'm finally got a job, get the experience of how a job feels like, I started learning a lot of talking to other people. Before I used to be real quiet, just talking to people. But now that I joined the program, I learned a lot, based on job-wise and also social-wise.
What I like about this program is the chance it gives us as youth the opportunities and the job readiness skills we need to move outside the Gary Comer Youth Center.
We as mentors have the right tools to feed them and just genuinely show them that we care about them. We're concerned about them.
My mentor, she's like a mom to me. She's there, but she knows not to give me not rely too much on her because she is teaching me how to become an adult, and she tells me all the time real world experiences to watch out for this, watch out for that. So I really appreciate her as a person.
The Youth Employment Program provides 1,800 young people between the ages of 16 to 24 with job training, mentoring, and summer employment with business and community organizations throughout Chicago and the suburbs.
My responsibilities are making sure the students are safe in the community. We have several projects where we go out in the community and cut grass. So we start out pretty early in the day.
If everything's run down, people are not going to take pride in it. So therefore, if we help make it look better, it's like a first step into getting people to take pride in neighborhoods and it's not just us cleaning it, but getting them to also follow suit so we don't have to. So things can start looking better.
I live in the community and it has made a remarkable change. The vacant lots are well kept thanks to this program. The students are learning a job readiness skill thanks to this program.
The program benefits me because it also lets me get more into my trade of lawn mowing as well as landscaping and small engineering work as well, but also it helps us get connected with a lot of people who are here trying to get back to the community and help everyone progress as a people, as well as get people more interactive with the youth center and all of the options that are available to them as well as to their youth.
Because they're on a schedule as other adults in the world come to work, they need to know, and what they're learning from me is how to appreciate calling in, calling off, the tardiness issues that we deal with. Basically just your everyday work relationships and your work ethics.
This program benefits me in the communication skills that we have here in the kitchen, as well as my communication skills with other people outside of Gary Comer Youth Center, because I've been here for 4 years. I've been coming to the center for 4 years, and over those 4 years, I've learned to better communicate with not only staff, not only adults, but children as well. And I feel like that's a great asset to go into the field of any business, is to communicate well with your boss, your coworkers, and other people.
In addition to employment and job readiness skills, youth also received one-on-one mentoring and straight talk on safety techniques and how to identify violence triggers and avoid them.
Violence is real. Like, this is my passion. Like, I'm not just here just to be because I need the credit or I need this, I need that. No, I'm here because I really want to help the youth. Like, I'm not too much older than you guys. We all pretty much like in the same age range. So if there's anything that I can do to help reach out, to help talk to you guys, just to help us come together so we can reduce the violence, I'm all for it.
We saw this dude that we used to go to school with. He was just walking. So we was parking. We was trying to go to this birthday party. And it was broad day, like everybody was barbecuing at the park. And this man, he opened shots, he opened fast shots, 3 feet away from my car. At this car that was full of girls and a baby.
2 men got into an altercation, and so the one of them pulled out their gun, and I was standing right next to him with my baby in my hands, and I had to start running. And he parked his car, went to his trunk and got out a gun too, and they started shooting at each other. So I was really scared, and and this was in Harvey, and I was really scared. I'm never doing it again. So I was really mad. You had no type of care in the world. That I was standing next to you with my baby, which is 10 months, and having to run and be feared. There was other little kids out there too, you know.
I've been impacted by violence. In 2008, my oldest son, Devin, he was 1 week away from going to college. He had a 4-year academic scholarship. He was sitting in a car with some friends, and somebody came up and shot the car. Killed everybody in the car except my son's best friend. My son was murdered. He was shot 9 times.
Another critical component to CVPP is parental involvement. More than 1,100 parents participated in 9-week training sessions, which included workshops and hands-on training on how to be better parents and neighbors in their respective communities.
The neighbors don't necessarily know each other, and I believe this program has helped connect them with each other. We have gone away from knowing our next door neighbor to not knowing who they are at all. But I believe with this program, we have connected 50 parents in the community with each other. We have had them share with us that they would have never made friends with their neighbors without this program.
We do marches, we do prayer walks, trying to bring the community back together. I've been in the community for a long time, since 1969, and when I came here, this community was beautiful, and there were zero tolerance for violence, and now it has went down so much. So just bringing this program into play, actually having the parents step out, instead of looking out their windows, actually have an opportunity to step out into the community and help the community. I think it's been a great impact on the community.
The parent component, I think, was very important because they're not only collaborating with themselves, they're collaborating with business owners, with the students, and their own children. They're starting with the schools, and some of the initiatives that they have done within this program is parent cafes. The parent cafes have strengthened them and brought other community members to the parent cafe.
Has anyone here been to a parent cafe before? Stephanie has not. You're in for a treat.
What a parent cafe is for the different communities to come together and share some commonalities, some stories to build parental resilience and get some knowledge of what's going on in their area and get some key things that might help them in any situation that may come.
I learned that some of the things that I was shown here and some of the things that I heard, and it's something, some of it's new to me, and from that aspect of it, that's what makes me feel like I learned a lot about it.
What I have personally witnessed is kind of a transformation of some of the folks that when you would see them, you would wonder, they look a little suspect coming into the program. And after going through the variety of program areas through CVPP, have begun to flourish and are now seen as leaders in their community.
Rounding out CVPP's programmatic outreach is the Reentry Program. The program supports young people between the ages of 13 to 28, returning to participating communities from either an Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice or Department of Corrections facility. The Reentry Program is designed to increase public safety while reducing recidivism. Why were you incarcerated?
Wrong place, wrong time. Bad choices. Hanging around with the wrong guys.
What were you incarcerated for and when?
Murder, 2004.
Everyone has had a troubled past. I don't care who it is. And so you use this, to teach, Maybe if you made this choice, you wouldn't have to end up with this. Let's say maybe if you went to this job interview and you spoke this way and you dressed this way, you'll get the job. I'm in their face. They know. 24/7. Am I, guys? Do I drive you crazy with the phone calls? Or I'll meet you here, I'll meet you there. I got to take you here and I got to take you there. You got to go do this and you got to go do that. You need to take your anger management. Why do we take anger management? Because, it's good on your record, and on top of being good on your record, you're learning about toxic behavior and the people around you and how that's going to help with a job. When the boss says, hey, you need to do this, and you'll say, humbly, yes, sir.
They helped me with a lot. If it really wasn't for them, I'd probably be doing the same thing. If I didn't have that guidance to show me, get me back on track, help me with work, clothes, somebody to help me with just little things like that, it helps out a lot. If I didn't have that, I think I'll be doing the same thing.
From year one, we were kind of all over the place. From this training to that training, we really weren't in the community. And I'd say the difference is from year 1 to year 4, we're out here. We're in the homes, we're in the schools, we're with the aunts, we're with the grandmothers, we're with the principals, we're with the teachers, we're with the organizations, the businesses, the staffing agencies. We're making ourselves known.
While there is consensus on CVPP's effectiveness, there's also agreement that much needs to be done, and 4 years is not enough time to do it.
We've seen a reduction in the youth violence experience. We've seen the parents whose youth are participating respond to surveys about satisfaction, and the parents and adults in the community offering feedback that says this is making a great impact, and the youth themselves have said this experience for them has mattered a lot, they've learned a lot, and they see new possibilities for themselves.
See this growth that happened from day one to the present, and that's so rewarding. It's something you really can't quantify in words.
I think the biggest change has been the change within myself. The change has been seeing youth in a different way, in a more positive way. I think as adults, we have a certain sense of who we think the young people are, myself included. And I have to be honest and say that the youth have really changed my outlook. The youth really want to be a voice, and they have been a voice. The youth want to be heard, and they have been heard. The youth just want a chance, and they have been given a chance.
We have all these motivational speakers and whatnot, but nobody pays attention because, not just because it's boring, but nobody cares. And I'm not saying that I don't care, but you have the majority who don't care. And if you have people who don't care, then of course they're not going to listen. So before you try to stop violence, you have to get people to actually care about the violence first.
A lot of times people don't understand that it's real. Like, like it happens. Like, that's why, I care a lot about it. I'm just one person. I can't speak for everybody.
I could think about 10 years down the line, right? We have 80 kids in each community. And I don't know how many more. But my expectation is that in their moment of trouble, in their moment of pain, they'll remember that someone cared, And for me, that's what it is. It's not even about the funding. It's a lot of work, but you don't know what the future holds for them. You don't know if they're gonna end up in jail. You don't know if they're gonna drop out. You don't know. And I want them to remember that on Division Street, there was this agency that cared, and there were these people who mentored them. And I've been involved in community since I was very young. I've worked with kids who do end up in prison, and they come back and they say that one thing you did made a difference. I remembered that someone cared.